Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on the start of a Friday. So glad you're with us for the end of the week. You have made it. Take a deep breath.
And we go into a really exciting weekend.
St. Patrick's Day weekend. You know what's so interesting to me? Yeah, first of all, we can actually wear green now because we have a set that we're proud of.
We used to not be able to wear green because we stood in front of a green screen, and then we would just get hammered on St. Patrick's Day by people.
Why can't you wear green on St. Patrick's Day?
Why aren't you wearing green? Do you hate St. Patrick's Day?
No, it's because if we did, the background would have appeared on my tie. Katie's shirt would have disappeared. Anyway.
I don't need that.
Thank you, because I was about to say something that I'm sure I would have gotten in trouble for.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, it is an exciting weekend here in Western New York. There's a lot to look forward to. We have the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday. That's the, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a traditional parade. It is more of the tradition.
Like tradition. Sure, yeah.
But then on Saturday, tomorrow is really the more traditional parade, like in the old neighborhood. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to draw a little bit of a distinction.
Yeah. Multiple parades this week. Another one in Lackawanna today. That's the shortest parade, I believe.
Yeah.
I hope the weather clears out for them a little bit. It's a little yuck out there right now.
Is it raining?
Yeah, it looks really nasty.
Oh,
Look at the sky watch right now.
Oh, foggy. And yeah, you got those
It's a little yuck.
raindrops in your windshield.
If you are going to the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday, by the way, Josh was saying maybe a passing shower, but remember like a little earlier this week, we were really kind of keeping an eye on possible rain. Now it's not looking quite as bad, so I like that.
42 degrees, though, but tomorrow is going to be the warmer of the 2 days if you're going down to the parade. Lauren says we don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day over here. In fact, let me tell you what your parents are doing, Lauren. On Sunday, while you and I are walking in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Russell and his mom and dad are making braciolatini in the basement kitchen, like real Italians.
Right, so that's right. Thank you, yes. We are walking in the parade, so if you're going to be there, drop us a line, let us know.
Don't forget, though, if you are not going to the parade, and this is kind of very cool, we're going to be live streaming the parade for you here on our WKBW app and our WKBW Facebook page. So if you're not in town for the parade, or if you have family out of town that maybe wants to see all the fun and festivities, they can join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you, hear your voice as we continue to live stream.
Look at this. Marguerite says, I love seeing the Irish dancers with Adam Campos this morning. Lachlan, her friend's grandson, is headed to the championship, the world championship.
Very cool.
In Scotland.
I believe this is his third time.
I think he said maybe his second. The other girl was her
fifth.
We're pumping out Irish dancers here. They are amazing in Buffalo.
Connie wondering what is braciolatini. It is small bracioles.
Is it like a legit?
It doesn't have the egg in it.
So is this a recipe they made, or it's like an actual thing?
Think his Aunt Carmela used to make them.
Oh, Aunt Carmela, yeah,
right,
sure.
Exactly. And then I think that it was passed down, and so he would, or maybe his grandma would make this. I think it was really Aunt Carmela who made it, but it's like little braciole on a skewer.
Baby bracioles.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron Mason, our boss here with us today. So glad we can finally wear green on the set on St. Patrick's
As
Day.
I mentioned, Aaron, a set that we are actually proud of now, and not one that is just virtual.
I'll rephrase, Aaron, a set that we're proud of.
Where we actually have real stuff around us now instead of just a green screen.
Congratulations, by the way, to those Irish dancers.
Okay, Lauren, yes, it is our Aunt Carmela's recipe, our grandma's sister. Okay, there you go. Shirley says green looks good on both of us. Green with envy.
What did I say to you today as I was going into the bathroom?
That green is not your color. Though I think that's very interesting because
green is my favorite color. I said I don't know that it's the best for me, but
why?
I don't know. Maybe someone asked me last night if I got a little tan, and I said, oh, well, yes, I was in Florida. And I told Ed that, and he's like, you? A little tan?
It's the makeup.
I didn't have makeup on last night when she asked me.
Oh.
I had just gotten out of the shower after working out. Those my cheeks were all red. I was like running to this meeting. I was late.
Tim Cox, appreciate hearing from you.
Tim,
listen, we had a really nice day yesterday with some of Tim Cox's students. From Cattaraugus, Allegheny, Boces. They were here visiting. And you know what's so cool? Kids who live in the southern tier don't necessarily get a chance to always come into the city.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive for them.
And so to have an opportunity to, A, come into the city, but B, on a tour bus, like in luxury. That is very cool.
And I was leaving yesterday while their bus was still outside, and I was like, oh, that's a nice bus. That's no school bus.
Well, they had a really great time, and we had a good morning greeting from them that we'll post on our Instagram page. You can follow us on Instagram at WKBW. It was really humbling and heartwarming to see a lot of these kids who are interested in media get a chance to really explore what this is all about.
So question to you guys, how are you celebrating St. Patrick's Day? We were talking the other day about corned beef. A lot of people were cooking corned beef.
Who has the best deal?
Well, we determined this the other day, Price Right.
Oh, okay.
And there's a coupon in their ad too that really brings it down. You can find that on my Facebook page. I put all that information there because people were really into it.
Let's talk about, we're going to speak with the Grand Marshal of the parade. He's on his way in here. His name is Liam. He's going to tell us all about the excitement for this weekend. But let's dig into this kind of really bizarre and interesting story at the same time from Hamburg. Did you hear about this? A 700-pound gator,
11 feet long,
was found in somebody's house. He had it for 30 some odd years, living in an in-ground pool in his house. And now, because this alligator's license wasn't renewed, the DEC came and seized the alligator. So now there's this huge petition going around on change.org calling for the DEC to send the alligator back to its rightful owner in the town of Hamburg.
So there's thousands of signatures on this petition already, okay? Patty's saying, listen, he's had this alligator for 34 years. Megan must just be hearing this. She goes, oh my God.
I know.
Can't believe it.
But Connie says, free Albert. So this is one of those stories that's catching a lot of attention. A lot of people are like, whoa, there's an alligator in the town of Hamburg? Yeah. And now here we go. I mean, this thing is 34 years old.
So he had a license for it, but the license apparently expired a couple of years ago in 2021, I think they said, the DEC. So that's why they took the alligator. But like, it looks like he had a small habitat for this thing created. He put in a pool for it.
Sandra says the gator room was better than my house. Seems he took great care of it. And then Joyce says the gator is blind and is in the hands of a caretaker. Lauren says, I feel bad for the guy in the gator, but then Susan wondering, what does it eat?
The all-important question. We were talking about that for like way too long this morning.
Bring Alfred home is what Tracy says. Lori says, why would you keep a gator? So apparently it was his like support animal, and he's had it for 30 years. I mean, he was a huge, I don't know, I guess he nursed it.
Patty said he had it
baby
since he was 2 months old.
Yeah.
He truly loves him. Peter says, send him back to the owner. The life expectancy is 30 to 50 years. Let him live out his life in a loving environment.
Yeah, after hearing the whole story, I feel bad for him and the gator. I know. So there's this change.org petition. So we're going to link it for you on WKBW.com, and we'll put it in the comments for you as well.
Better believe we're going to follow that one today because...
Hello, everyone's talking about it.
I know. Have you heard about the gator in Hamburg?
Let's talk about the St. Patrick's Day parade. We have our friend Liam here. He is the Grand Marshal of the parade. Liam, good morning to you. Welcome.
Yay.
Camilla, can we zoom out to a 3-shot? Thank you very much. Let's welcome in Liam, the Grand Marshal. Okay, my friend,
Hi.
glad you're with us.
Good morning, Liam.
How are you?
You're appropriately dressed.
I know, you look
trying.
Okay, so Liam, this is an exciting time for you, the Grand Marshal of the parade, but this actually runs in your family, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Tell us all about that.
So my grandparents, my mom's parents moved here in the 50s.
From where?
From Ireland, from Kerry.
Cool.
And soon after getting here, my grandfather kind of got involved in the parade, helped put the parade on for many, many years. He was the Grand Marshal in the 60s. And then my mom started working. He was the Grand Marshal in 1981. She dragged me into...
Dragged or willingly went?
No, you were...
So I started kind of helping when I was very young, and then when I was in my 20s, I kind of joined the executive committee, helping to actually run the parade. And I've been doing that since 2007-ish.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So a good, 16, 17 years? Good for you.
Cindy says, good morning, sunshines. Have a delightful, positive day. Somebody else said, hey, they're hoping the weather is good for the parade. Let's talk about that. It actually looks pretty good. We were really a little worried earlier this week that there might be a little bit of rain. Now it looks kind of like scattered showers. Like we're totally used to that here in Western New York.
It's going to be sunny and 60.
Always, right?
Says the Grand Marshal.
Liam,
Yeah.
I want you to look at camera 2 here. Show off your sash. Tell everyone what you're wearing. Like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like you got the garb here.
Where did the green jacket come from? He's like, I don't know.
Express. Okay, so let's talk about the tradition here. Obviously, when it comes down to the St. Patrick's Day parade, there are two. There's one in the Old First Ward. Are you marching in that one as well?
I will be there. I'm not marching in it.
Okay, and then the one on Delaware Avenue. A lot of people come out here. Thousands of people line Delaware Avenue from downtown Niagara Square all the way up to North. This is very cool for a lot of people, but it's also like a lot of fun. But there's a lot of history behind this parade in particular. What goes into it, and what do we need to know when it comes to the Irish history that's involved here?
Sure. So both parades, I think, do a great job of sort of expressing our Irish heritage and culture. And it's just great that we have two events over the weekend. So if you can't make one, you can make the other, but hopefully you make both. But I think that the parade does a great job of sort of the dancing, the music, just as much of the Irish culture as possible, and just kind of enjoying the weekend and celebrating our history in St. Patrick.
Yeah, for sure. What do you want people who are coming down to the parade to know? Any important takeaways coming from you guys?
So 2:00 on Sunday for our parade, noon in the Valley for their parade on Saturday. It is a family event. We want as many families and kids down there to just come down and enjoy themselves.
What do you most look forward to? Is there something that you're like, I got to see that every year, or you're really excited for this year?
I've always just really enjoyed kind of doing this with my mom. It's been like kind of a good thing with her. But the whole group that we kind of put the parade on together has just become very close. The same group of people has been doing this for many years. So it's just been a great group of people that really just gets together and puts the work in to get this done.
So I was just recently in Ireland, and it is one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. The rolling green hills, the architecture, the history there. It was fascinating and stunning. How does that translate into Buffalo's culture? Buffalo's Irish culture.
Like in terms of like the beauty of Ireland?
Yeah, and how do we bring that here? How do we manifest the beauty of Ireland in our neighborhoods?
Well, it's very green.
Like I said, the culture.
Water your lawn.
Culture. Yes, great idea.
Yes.
4-leaf clovers everywhere.
No,
I guess
but there's
what I'm
really
asking,
a lot of culture in.
exactly, the
like,
Irish culture.
Sure.
I visited, had a great time. Like, and I just felt like everybody there was so like really friendly.
Yeah, welcome.
I got the friendly vibe when I was there.
I definitely think that Buffalo has a lot of that. I mean, I think when you look around and you kind of see all the people in Buffalo, the number of us with Irish heritage in Buffalo is enormous. I do think that those kind of friendly vibes have kind of come into Buffalo and
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how.
It's just a wonderful
And
place
it's
to
a
be.
little poetic sometimes.
No, I just wanted to know, like, really, I mean, Ireland was gorgeous.
It is.
And a lot of our neighborhoods, the Old Valley, the Old Neighborhood, the Old First Ward, very Irish centered. I mean, you can drive through down Clinton Avenue and see Gaelic phrases all over the place.
It's
I mean,
like the community center too,
Yeah.
you know?
it's a great community. Liam, thank you so much
Love
for joining us.
It's been so fun to have you, Liam. We appreciate you coming.
And we
Very
can listen
much.
to you on the radio as well this morning. What station?
Apparently, WBN.
All right.
Are you making the media rounds this morning?
Trying to. I
Susan and
guess.
Brian, shout out to them. We appreciate you.
We love Susan and Brian.
Say this word for me.
Which one? Slanted.
What does that mean?
Cheers, essentially.
Nastrovia.
Means this, yeah.
L'chaim.
That's right, yeah. That's what I
All right,
know.
Liam, thanks so much.
Liam, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
So there you go, guys. There's all your information on the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday, and then also another parade Saturday. Lot to celebrate for sure.
I'm sorry. Yes, Abbott Road, not Clinton. I apologize. I'm
Yes.
thinking Abbott. I'm driving down to Imperial Pizza, and as I'm driving down to Imperial, you see all the street signs, all those white
Yeah.
street signs.
I was just on Abbott yesterday
Yes.
picking up actually
Okay.
Siri never understands him. I was just in Abbott yesterday picking up some actual little parade shirts for my friends' kids. From the firefighters who have a little store there. Super cute.
Connie is digging this, John, the fact that you have green in the supers. So good job, she says. Imperial Pizza, Sandra. Yes, the best. I love it. I love it. I love it. Julie says, I got the Irish last name. I'm a little bit Irish. Everyone's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, right? Russell just got this hysterical shirt from his friend Beth that says, everyone's Irish on St. Patrick's Day except the Italian. the Italians are just Italian.
And then everybody's Polish on Dingus Day because
Right.
Russ loves a pierogi.
Okay, let's talk about this really brilliant study that is not necessary at all because, frankly, we all knew it from just experiencing it.
I should have designed my life such that I was doing this study.
So dogs are really good for our mental health. And what it says is that
Sucker.
we instantly get happier by petting a dog or having a dog around us.
Look at that cute face. Come
Right?
on.
Soon enough, you will see the miniature schnauzer in this video, which there he is.
And then look at the pugs on the left that are just like, you can literally hear that. And look at the wiener dog trying to keep up.
My little Gladys is not as big as that mini schnauzer. She is precious, though, nonetheless.
What a great study to have to do. They're like, hey, I have an idea. Let's put a bunch of people in a room. Let's bring in dogs.
Well, so how do you
feel better?
How do you feel when you have a dog around you? Is there something that, is it your dog? Is it your cat? Is it an animal? Is it an alligator that makes you feel really good?
So, okay, back to the alligator story really quick. I know that it's not a conventional pet and whatever, but now there's just, I see both sides. I understand the lawfulness. I am totally there. I also understand the really falling in love with an animal.
And you said this morning they're not pets.
I didn't say that.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're not. They're not. How about this one? They're not traditional pets.
Fine, there you go.
They're not pets. Okay, I stand by that. But I do understand, if it's your thing, I don't know. I just understand how you could fall in love with an animal and just love it so much.
Lauren says, Russell sent me a picture last night of Gladys side-eyeing him from the other side of the couch. She's got an attitude. And let me tell you, when she doesn't want to do something, she puts the brakes on. She is a stubborn little girl.
Bandit was giving me some major side-eye yesterday because he didn't want to go to bed. He wanted to go downstairs and hang out with my brother. But I said, no, we have to go to bed.
Uncle Pepperoni.
And he did the thing where he
oh, he was mad.
I'm like, okay, who's paying the bills around here, Bandit?
Paula says, my dog is a therapy dog. We visit Children's every Friday afternoon. There is research to support this. Dogs can lower your blood pressure just by being in the room. You don't even have to pet them. So that's what they're talking about here. The idea is that you instantly feel a sense of relief come over you when there is a dog, a cat, an animal that makes you feel something that is not, I don't know, the stress of the typical day-to-day. You know what I mean? You just are feeling that sense of ease around a dog.
When I pull into my house in the afternoon, up in the front window, there's Bandit. He sees me and I see him see me. And then as I drive my car, I see his body disappear. And then in the back window, as I'm unloading my car, I see, well, I probably should teach him not to do this, but he's got his arms like this up on the windowsill looking down. And it just makes me laugh every single day.
Jeanette,
it's so stinking cute.
I wish I owned a horse. Any horse owners out there that are willing to share some time? Do you know that there is a place on, is it Great Arrow or
it's
is it
on Amherst Street? It's in between the two. You get on through Amherst Street.
I used to live right next door when I first moved to Buffalo to this. It's like a therapy center with horses.
It's like an equestrian center.
Yeah, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful place. But you would often be able to, if you're driving in between the Marshall's Plaza, I think it's Great Arrow.
It is, yep.
Okay, so if you're driving down Great Arrow, you can actually see the back of the facility. There are horses out there roaming in the paddocks, and it's just, it's very cool to see.
So we live nearby, and so when I walk Bandit, sometimes we like to go that way. And we saw the Clydesdales when they were in town last summer. And first off, they are massive.
Yeah, beautiful horses.
And second off, Bandit was like, what
dog.
is this? Right, what is this large friend? And I was like, no.
Kim says, I love my dog. He's older. He takes arthritis medication. I pay more for his medication than my own. Right, but see, isn't that what we do for our dogs? Don't we often just put out and shell out more than we would for ourselves? We're like children.
Yes. Do you know how many toys my dog has?
Yes.
I'm going to say upwards of 50 toys. Do you know what he doesn't give a you-know-what about? A toy.
Right, I know.
Except for when I very first gave it to him. So I literally buy him a toy for 3 minutes of joy. And then I buy him a new one.
Marguerite says that Maryland is a refuge for retired racehorses near Leroy, New York. Maryland? Is this a place? Maryland?
Oh.
Because she's saying it's Maryland. It's a haven for horses.
And there's that place that I did the story with, Ronchar Ranch.
Oh, okay.
They take draft horses.
Oh, it's a nonprofit providing retired starbreds quality care. That's really cool.
Very similar to this Roan Char Ranch where they would take those draft horses that maybe they pulled carriages or did stuff like that, and they go and retire there. It's really cool.
Okay, so I'm just reading about this. It was actually just formed in 2021. It's their mission to provide safe and dignified retirement for starbred racehorses that can no longer race.
Kristen says, my dog's 7. He's diabetic. He is the sweetest. He takes his shots so well.
Oh my gosh, but listen to this. Okay, this is so fascinating. Maryland does not retrain or adopt out horses. Once a horse is accepted, it lives out its life freely on the sanctuary grounds.
And that's what a lot of these places will do, only because these horses, I mean, those were, for lack of a better, like working horses their whole life. So now it's like, you know what? Why don't you retire to Maryland or the other ranch, you know?
Speaking of retirement.
Are you going soon?
God willing. And how about a 4-day work week for you? Would you be interested in spending only 4 days at work compared to the 5 that you are right now?
I would, Ed.
I would too. Frankly, I would like Mondays off.
Oh, I'll take Fridays. That's fine. We can work this out in our schedules.
I think Senator Bernie Sanders just proposed this in the Senate, and obviously they're going to be talking about this, but this would cut down on, essentially 1 day's work.
Okay.
So how do you do this?
I think often about who was the person who came up with the 5-day work week. And I know we all say it was Henry Ford, whatever. But really, but why the 5-day? Couldn't he have done 4-day? It's still the majority of the days.
Well, of the weekdays.
Yeah. It's still a majority of the days.
Yeah.
Like the end.
Right. Period. Yeah, you're right.
So
what would people have to give up for that? That is my question as well.
So this proposal that he put forth, it doesn't add to your workday. It doesn't make it 4 10-hour days. It makes it a 32-hour work week. And you get paid the same.
Yeah, okay. Let me tell you where this is going to go. Nowhere. You want to know why? Because it's not practical.
But he said other countries have implemented similar
What
things.
kind of I guess I shouldn't get political here. And I'm not going to. I'm just going to say that if you're a business owner, it's never going to happen.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like you're going to feel like you're losing a full day of your employees if you're paying them the same. And they're not.
Right. I mean, come on. If you're not getting your bang for your buck as a business owner, then there is no bang or buck. If you are not getting your bang for, it's like the same thing. Like if you're going to the supermarket and you're paying for something.
Let's say the option was those 4 10-day.
I would be more than happy to do that. Absolutely. Exactly, Lauren.
I know a lot of people that work that schedule.
Jeanette says, I remember when I was visiting my cousins in France, they had Wednesdays off to break up the week. I love having Wednesdays off. It's my least favorite day.
It really does break up the week.
But they had longer school days. Paula says, I think nurses typically work 3 12-hour days and are considered full-time at 36 hours. They are, in fact. I think my sister works 4 10s, if I'm not mistaken, but does have a day off in addition to her weekend.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Brittany says, that would be bomb. We need that immediately. We work way too much. I'm not saying that we don't work too much. I'm just saying that it's just never going to happen.
I hear Peter, no way 40-hour, pay for 32-hour.
Right.
Talk about prices going up.
Thank you. Right. Well, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, and that's the proposal. Maybe if that happens on one of those days, I'll just have to stay home because we can't afford to.
Can you imagine? Right, exactly. Like, what would happen?
I would love staying home for a full day. There's nothing I like more.
Sean says I work 4 10s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday off.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Ooh.
I like that schedule.
Tracy says, come on, Bernie, let's go. Look, I'm all for a 4-day work week. But if that means that I'm spending more at the grocery store, if I'm spending more for a shirt or something, I'm out.
Well, if you go to Price Right this week, you can get your corned beef for a great deal. Bring your coupon.
There you go.
I have really turned into
the coupon lady.
So yesterday I go to Paul. Did anything come in the mail? He goes, just your coupons. And they were there.
I liked getting coupons and clipping coupons from the Sunday paper.
Well, do you know that? Oh, real quick, let me just tell you this. My brother told me asparagus at Dash's right now, $175.
Wow, there you go. Get it while it lasts.
We had a whole asparagus conversation the other day.
Have a great day.